Right now, somewhere in your company, there is a meeting happening that you were not invited to. And in that meeting, they are looking at a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet has two columns. One column has job titles. The other column has a number, the percentage chance that role gets replaced by A in the next 24 months. Your job title is on that list. And your boss has already seen the number next to your name. They just haven't told you yet. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is not a theory. It is already happening. And the people who survive what's coming are the ones who saw it early. Welcome to TruthShift, where we expose the rules of the game that nobody in the system wants you to figure out. Today we are talking about the single biggest threat to your financial life in 2026. And it is not a recession. It is not inflation. It is not a bad boss. It is artificial intelligence. Now, before you click away thinking you've heard this before, I want to be very clear. This video is not about robots taking over the world. This is about something much more specific, much more immediate, and much more personal. This is about what your company is already planning right now, and why they are deliberately keeping you in the dark about it. By the end of this video you will know exactly what is happening, which jobs are already gone, and most importantly, what you can do today before it is too late. Let's start with what is actually happening inside companies right now, because it is further along than most employers realize. In 2025 and early 2026, hundreds of major corporations quietly began what they internally call AI transition projects. These are not future plans. These are active programs running right now. And the goal is simple: identify every role that can be partially or fully automated, and begin reducing headcount in those areas over the next 1 to 3 years. Here is what makes this so dangerous for employees. These programs are classified as internal strategic initiatives, which means they are discussed only at senior leadership level. Your manager may not even know, but the decision has already been made above them. Companies learned a painful lesson from past layoff announcements. The moment you tell employees their jobs are at risk, productivity drops, top talent leaves immediately, and the transition becomes chaotic. So instead, they say nothing. They keep you working. They keep you producing. They keep you training the very AI systems that will eventually replace you, often without you even knowing that is what you are doing. When you fill out that process documentation they ask for, that is training data. When you answer those internal knowledge-based questions, that is training data. When you record that tutorial video for the new system, that is training data. You are building your own replacement. And nobody told you. Now here is the part that most people are not ready to hear. This is not a future problem. The replacement has already started. In 2024 and 2025, companies including Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, Citibank, and dozens of others announced combined layoffs of over 150,000 positions. And the majority of those roles were not eliminated because the company was struggling. The majority were eliminated because AI could do the same work faster and cheaper. The roles hit hardest so far include data entry and processing, customer service and support, basic legal and contract review, entry-level coding and software testing, financial analysis and reporting, content writing and basic copywriting, and HR screening and recruitment coordination. Now here is what makes this list terrifying. Those are not low-skill jobs. Those are the jobs that millions of educated, qualified, hard-working professionals spent years building careers around. And they are disappearing, not slowly, but in large batches, with very little warning. The pattern is always the same. One quarter the company announces record profits. The next quarter they announce a restructuring. And suddenly 2,000 people who thought they were secure find out their role no longer exists. This is not the economy. This is a deliberate, planned transition that companies have been quietly executing while their employees had no idea it was coming. But here is the third part, and this is the one that should make you the most angry. Your company will never give you enough warning to actually prepare. And this is completely intentional. Think about it from the company's perspective. If they tell you today that your role will be eliminated in 18 months, what happens? You immediately start looking for another job. You become less productive. You become a flight risk. You start talking to your colleagues, and now everyone is anxious. The entire team's performance drops. So instead, they keep you comfortable. They give you your annual review. They maybe even give you a small raise. They tell you that you are valued. They talk about your future at the company. And then, when the AI system is fully trained, fully tested, and ready to go, they call you into a 30-minute meeting and tell you that your position has been eliminated, effective immediately. Here is your severance package. Please return your laptop by end of day. And you walk out of that building completely blindsided, even though the decision was made 18 months ago. This is not illegal. This is standard corporate practice. And it will happen to far more people in 2026 than it did in any previous year. The question is not whether it will happen somewhere. The question is whether you will be ready when it does. So what do you actually do? Here are 3 things you need to start today. Number 1, audit your own role honestly. Go to any AI tool and describe your daily tasks in detail. Ask it, can you do this? If the answer is yes, you need to act now. Not in 6 months. Now. The earlier you see the threat clearly, the more time you have to respond. Number 2, shift from doing the work to directing the work. The roles that survive AI are not the ones that do tasks. They are the ones that decide which tasks matter, manage the AI systems doing those tasks, interpret the results, and take responsibility for the outcomes. Start moving in that direction today. Volunteer for projects that involve AI tools. Learn how to use them. Become the person who manages the AI, not the person the AI manages. Number 3, build skills and income that AI cannot easily replace. Human judgment, emotional intelligence, complex negotiation, creative strategy, leadership, and relationship building are all things AI currently does poorly. Invest in developing these. And in parallel, start building any form of income that does not depend entirely on your employer. Because the most dangerous financial position you can be in right now is having one income source that is controlled by a company that is quietly planning your replacement. Here is the truth that TruthShift was built to tell you. The AI transition is not coming. It is here. It started quietly. It is accelerating rapidly. And the companies leading it are doing everything in their power to make sure their employees don't see it clearly until it is too late to do anything about it. This is not about blaming technology. Technology has always changed work. This is about the fact that once again, the people at the top have information that the people doing the actual work do not have. And that information gap is being used to protect the company's interests, not yours. But now you know. And the moment you know, you can move. You can prepare. You can make decisions that put you ahead of this instead of behind it. If this video changed how you see your career right now, hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it before it is too late for them. Subscribe to TruthShift. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we bring you another truth the system hoped you would never find. The game is already in motion. Make sure you are playing it, and not just being played. Stay aware, stay ahead. This is TruthShift.